I can say Kelly got you, everybody gets you now. So cool. That's basically what's going on.
Might need one more DJ on stage, maybe.
Anybody want to?
All right, you guys ready?
Whatever I play is correct.
Whatever I play, follow me. Everybody follow me.
All right. Oh, I thought it was like an all hands on deck.
Come on.
Yeah, rah.
That sounds chill. I'm doing a lot here in my studio. I'm doing a lot of different. It's much different than what I'm doing with Egypt. It's a lot lighter, a lot more soul, you know. Definitely the music is as far as the type of music we're doing is like it's a lot of funk and rock and roll mixed together, coming from, like, you know, the 70s. There were a lot of bands like Funkadelic and Sly and the Family Stone, who kind of mixed up a lot of rock and funk music together, and there's definitely some jazz influences a little bit as well. And the lyrics are used mostly just kind of like very positive lyrics about living with a positive attitude, being a go-getter, not letting anything hold you down, you know, having that positive mental attitude. So basically, you know, it's just a positive vibe. We actually have a song called Positive Vibe. So everything's about like living life to the fullest, you know, mixed with this funky, heavy rock sound, you know, metal, whatever you want to call it.
All right, here we go.
Stuff comes from, I grew up in a lot of I grew up playing rock and roll, and at that time in the down south was it was kind of strange for a black kid to play rock and roll music. I grew up with a lot of funk, R&B's, old soul. My parents listened to that stuff in the house, and you know, I think for me getting into rock and roll as a kid, I didn't realize that like rock and roll was actually a black music, you know what I'm saying? It was all backwards. People thought, why are you playing that white boy music, you know? But if you really think about it, it's like Chuck Berry, stuff like that. You know, rock and roll comes from the blues. It comes from slavery, you know. That's my history, you know. So I don't know if I'm answering that right, but you know. So it's good that I got into the rock and roll, and I had the soul in my background and stuff, you know. Some of the songs that we do were songs that were written by those guys before I joined the band. I think like some of the songs that are really meaningful to me, that mean a lot, are the songs that when I joined the band that we wrote together, because they sort of, we created a style between the two of us, bringing in my influences and their influences. It's really powerful to me because it's about us on the road and some of the things that happen, and the fact that we wrote it together, you know, because those guys are really my brothers, you know, so that's why it's really meaningful to me, you know. Well, I think all of us I think we all started out as like sort of like music geeks. I think that's the one thing about all of us. When we started playing music, it was like we were like really into it and it being the best we can. And when I say music geeks, all of us like started off listening to like, you know, Rush. And I started out as a drummer, and Neil Peart was like, wow, you know, he could go fast. He was like very intricate, and you know, we listened to jazz stuff, and you know, everybody was about like how like your chops, you know, how well you could play your instrument and stuff. And so as time went on, we started to listen to a lot of funk music. Then the sort of hardcore rock scene came in, and we got into that and just started mixing that stuff up. And in the early '90s, late '80s, there was a lot of that stuff going on with like Red Hot Chili Peppers, being called Bad Brains. Who else? Psycho Funkapus, Fishbone. All these bands were doing this sort of like mixing, moshing all this music together, ska, reggae, pop, funk and stuff. So I think this kind of, we all were in that kind of, into that kind of music, and we were also about like being like really good jammers, you know, you know, going off into these wild psychedelic jams. So I think we all shared that. And it makes us each and today. Don't let the music industry make you feel like you're not worthy, because it can do that. And being, you know, honest, it can do that. And do it because you love it, and practice a lot, and learn everything you can. Learn how to write music, learn how to record it, learn how to play your instruments, because nowadays I think you definitely need a lot more options. You know, back in the days, you know, a lot of people just thought like, I'm going to be a rock star, I'm just going to play and that's all I need to do. But I think now with technology and everything, it's easy for you to make recordings in your home, you know, and you got the music right there. You have a product to give to people, and just play, learn everything you can, you know, as far as the music industry goes, or whatever you're doing, film industry or whatever, learn it.